With the recent release of my new series, Elijah Hunt, there'll be a bunch of newcomers in the channel who might ask, who are you? Well, my name is Valdemar, as I'm known online as Valdemar64. I am an autistic adult who lives in Denmark, which means that I'm usually mentally challenged every day and can easily get exhausted, especially when I socialize with people, depending on who it is. But I also have a lot of special interests and topics, like making this video for example, as I enjoy creating videos. I also enjoy making unique animations like my Noob's Bizarre Christmas video, and of course my newest series, Elijah Hunt. I use programs such as DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos, and then Paint.net to draw decals, images, and thumbnails for my videos. I use Audacity to record my audio, but also to edit music and sound effects. For my animations, I've used Roblox Studio before, but I've started using Blender. Now moving on to my interests. My favorite series of all time is, of course, One Piece. Ever since I read the manga back in late 2023 when I stumbled upon it at a bookstore with some friends of mine, I've been a fan ever since that day. And also because my grandparents' previous dog was named Luffy. Rest in peace, that legend. One Piece is about this young pirate named Monkey D. Luffy, as he's on a big quest to find the legendary treasure known as the One Piece, so he can become king of the pirates. The reason why I love this series so much is just because how silly yet mature it is, as it dabbles into some heavy topics such as war and politics, but at the same time it's also really charming and fun. The Straw Hats are what make this show so special, as they're all unique and yet work off from each other very well. They've definitely inspired me to stand up for myself and become stronger, especially Luffy, as he's my hero. The world that One Piece introduces is also beautiful, big and vast. I know some people might get overwhelmed by the amount of chapters or episodes the series has, but I'd suggest giving it a chance, as it might become your new favorite series. Another series I love is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now at first I thought this series was just nothing special. Like, it was just a series that was heavily memed upon by its to be continued screen and JoJo references, but when I gave it a chance, it became my second favorite series of all time. Now JoJo is a saga that falls through the generations of the Joestar family, or someone related to the family, as they fight through zombies, serial killers, and even vampires, while using unique abilities such as Hamon and Stain. The reason why I love this series so much is just because of how bizarre it is. Like, each part is so unique from one another. Like, for example, part 1 takes place in the late 1800s. It's about two brothers. One's evil and the other's good. Basically, it's a good versus evil story, but combined with elements such as vampires, and as previously mentioned, Hamon. However, part 4, my comfort part, takes place in Japan during the late 90s, and it's basically a Stephen King story, but with JoJo. With the stands, characters, it's also my favorite part, because I love how unique and different it is. The colors are so vibrant and beautiful, the characters are fun and goofy and serious and silly, and the main plot just, it's so good. It is so good. JoJo has been a big influence on how I stylize my series and my content in general. But it also reminds me that you can create a bizarre story that's complex as hell and yet still make sense of it. Make it cool. My third favorite series of all time is Regular Show. Now imagine JoJo, but even more bizarre. Regular Show is about a blue jay named Mordecai and a raccoon named Rigby, who work at a local park as they end up in many insane situations, such as finding a magic keyboard that gives them ultimate power to do whatever they want, with creating a rhyme about it, of course.
Gibbs, it's time for you to go to the moon.
And accidentally unleashing a floating pixelated demon because they didn't feel like setting up 50 chairs for a kid's birthday party. Jesus fucking Christ, how many friends do you even have to fucking crap? And having an entire zombie awakening for a movie night. Yes, goofy characters, such as Muscle Man. Skips, Benson, Pops, Mordecai, Rigby, plus it uses actual licensed 80s music, which makes it feel much more personal. I don't know, I just get really shocked to hear licensed music, such as like 80s music, in a kid's show. I don't know, it shocks me. The last series I'll mention is Malcolm in the Middle. The recent popularity of this series is amazing because of the fact that it's getting a revival. This series is about a kid named Malcolm, who's the middle brother in his lower class family. You see, as we go through his day-to-day life with his crazy family, where they end up in the most insane shit ever. Now imagine a regular show, but more grounded and in live action. And it features Walter White. As mentioned, I'm very happy to see that this series is garnering more and more attention because you've all been sleeping on this series. It is hilarious. It is the funniest show I've ever watched and the most relatable one. It is really hilarious. Now, video game. I really like JoJo All-Star Battle R, as it's based on my favorite series. It's basically like Tekken and Soul Calibur, but with JoJo, and it freaking rules. So many playable characters, fun, unique maps, tons of references, a kick-ass OST. It might be a little unbalanced, but what other game can you experience where a disabled guy gets healed and beaten the shit out of after? Also, please play this game so I can play it online with you because I need that achievement. I'm also a huge fan of the Yakuza series. Back in mid-2022, I was searching through what games were on sale on Steam, and then I found Yakuza 0 for €5. And since it had that cool Damadane song, I thought, oh, I want to buy that because it has a cool minigame, like a rhythm minigame. But holy shit, I came out experiencing what would become my favorite game of all time. And after that, I bought every mainline and side game. Except for you! And which entry is my favorite, you might ask? Well, I don't know if you'll be asking that because it just said 0, but it's not 0 anymore, but it's Lost Judgment. What a phenomenal game. One of the best storylines in the entire Yakuza series, in my opinion. Best combat, best side content, especially the side content. To ever who came up with the school stories, thank you. Because, oh my god, the side content in this game is seriously underappreciated. They go so deep into the sort of stuff where you have this like mystery club you get into during the story, which unlocks like where you have to go investigate this person named the professor. And so you have to investigate other clubs, which unlocks other minigames, which have their own storylines. They have their own upgrades, customization, materials. They're almost all of them are really good and in-depth. I think there are like 2 of them that actually kind of suck, and like 3 of them are pretty meh. But like 5 of them are actually amazing. So don't play this. Play Lost Judgment. Now time for the movie! I love Your Name. Not Your Name, Your Name. A beautiful, crafted piece of artwork telling the story of 2 teenagers who throughout each day switch bodies. That sounds weird, but there's a reason for it. It's silly at first, but they find out that they actually have a purpose to why they're body swapping. You watch the movie, I'm not gonna explain more of it, but actually watch it. It's phenomenal. Another movie I personally love is Pink Floyd's The Wall. A bizarre, weird, yet gorgeous piece of media. It tells the story of a man losing his insanity due to the trauma he's endured during his childhood, which is kind of a metaphor. That each break of this wall is kind of like this trauma, where they just isolate him completely. It's also an adaptation of the album of the same name. It's also a musical. A damn good one of that. The reason why I love this movie so much is because of the fact that it even exists. It's messy, weird, downright uncomfortable, and amazing at the same time. And that's how it tells the story through the song. Seriously, you should just watch this movie because of the animation. It is so beautiful. It is downright impressive. And the hellish development and knowing that a lot of the creators absolutely hated this movie makes me love it even more. Now, if you remember my LEGO video, LEGO Back to the Future review, where I reviewed the new Speed Champions DeLorean set. Check out my LEGO channel, where I mentioned how personal the Back to the Future trilogy was to me. I'm gonna mention that now. The Back to the Future trilogy is a movie series that's influenced me as a person and my taste in movies. Beforehand, I didn't take movies that seriously. I thought it was just something you watched for fun. I didn't want to try something new, but when I gave Back to the Future a chance, it opened my eyes to a medium that I love so much. Even I want to add because of my new series. Now I can endlessly talk about the stuff I love, like my DVD and Blu-ray collection, my LEGO collection, and my addiction to buying every manga volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and One Piece, but I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all for listening me ramble about me. Happy birthday to myself. Woohoo!
I see trees of green,
Made a
red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white. A bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself,
But like,
what a wonderful world. And I think to myself,
and so am I.
what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
now if anyone says my name sounds like fucking Voldemort, I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you.